Good morning, traders. This is an update on my swing trade with Spxl. I've been in this trade since May 20th. This is the first time swing trading with Webull officially. I was swing trading with Chase and just day trading with Webull. But with the Chase trading app, and probably is true with many other bank trading apps, you can't trade leveraged ETFs. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to move everything over to Webull. Before, I like to keep things separate, just use Webull for day trading, and that way it was just easier to track my day trading progress. But now I just do that manually on my spreadsheets. So you can see the only order that I have open right now is for that Spxl swing, and I've been in this trade since May 20th right now, and it's up 9%, but my stop loss is somewhere around 3% at this point. So let's take a look at the chart and I'll show you what's going on with that trade. So here's my plan, and this plan I've developed by watching the S&P 500, the SPY, SPLG, and Spxl. And if you look back in the past, you notice this trend that it repeats where it comes down and touches the 50 MA and then breaks out above it and stays above it. It doesn't do that all the time. Sometimes it kind of does a false breakout and then comes right down and stops you out. So it's not like a sure thing. You could definitely lose money doing this trade, but more often than not, it seems to stay above the 50 MA for a considerable amount of time, enough to make a profit. So that's where the plan comes from. This will not necessarily work for any other ETF or stock, so you have to look at whatever chart that you're trading and come up with your own plan. So my trigger to look for an entry is as soon as the price comes down and breaks the 50 MA, and it did that over here on the 19th. So I put in a stop order on that day. It was after hours. I put in the stop order to buy for the break of this daily candle. If you look at the high over here, when I hover over that candle, you can see it was 93.82. So my order was for 93.83. I got filled the next day at 94.37, which seems like a lot of slippage, but it's really near an ideal fill because it gapped up overnight. So I got in near the low of this next daily candle. So not a bad fill at all. And then my original stop loss was 89.49, which is basically the low of the previous candle. That's kind of my general idea. But then I noticed there was a couple other candles that were touching about the same level, even way back here. So just to be on the safe side, I made the original stop 89.49, but as my plan says, as soon as the price closes above the 50 MA, I move it up. So even after the end of that first trading day, I moved my stop up and reduced my risk considerably. And then as the plan says, I moved the stop loss up 50 cents each day. And right now I have it actually set slightly higher than where the 50 MA is today, because this is actually my second take on this video. So I showed that if I'm not around the next day, I can move it up ahead of time. So just a moment ago, the stop loss was at 97.40. Let's place it there right now. And then I was just proving the point that, if you're not around the next day to check where the 50 MA is, you can calculate approximately where it'll be. I'll just leave it there for now. I use this kind of smoothed out trend line that I just put on the chart based on where the 50 MA is, and you can predict where it's going to be the following day. And basically what happens on this chart is the 50 MA moves up 35 cents each day. So it's at 97.40 today, so I'll move it up to 97.70 if I'm not around on Monday to check where it is then, and I'm all set to go, and I don't really need to worry about getting stopped out today because the price is so far above. So anyway, that's it. And then this line is kind of interesting because this is where I predicted that I would get stopped out way down here on this day of June 9th, and here we are June 11th, and this thing has no signs of stopping me out anytime soon. But that was just based on what I've seen this thing do in the past and what it did over here. So it's fun just to kind of see if you can guess where you're going to get stopped out based on reading the chart and technical analysis, and you'll often be proved wrong. More often than not, you'll be wrong no matter how good you are at reading candlesticks, no matter how good you are at reading charts, support and resistance, supply and demand zones. I don't care, I've studied that stuff for thousands of hours and I understand it very well, but time and time again, I'm proven wrong that you can't really predict where the stock is going to go. You can just kind of have an idea, and then you may be wrong. You're going to be wrong more often than not. So instead of trying to predict where the stock is going to be, say the next day or the next minute, you should have a plan going into the trade and then follow that plan no matter what. And that way, you can take advantage if you are wrong, or you can maybe save yourself some money if you're wrong. So in this case, I'm making more money because I was wrong. So that's a great thing, but it's only because I follow my plan. I would have probably stopped out maybe somewhere around this daily candle if I didn't follow my plan, thinking, uh-oh, this thing's coming down, it's getting ready to stop me out. Let me stop out on this day. And, you know, maybe if I would have gotten filled at the bottom here, 97.35, I'm already making more money than that as of today, and I'll continue to do so because this is only going to move up. No matter what happens with the price, the 50 MA is going to continue higher. Eventually the price will come down and hit it, and that's where I'll get stopped out. But the stop loss is only going to go up, so I'm only going to make more money until this trade is over. So that's it. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know. The key idea that I want to get across here is that you should go into every trade, whether it be a swing trade, a day trade, or an investment. Have a plan. Follow your plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.